cat.getNeedsToBeFed is a stored, throwing, getAbool.
This is a way to have a throwing property in Swift. Traditionally, we've been shown that we need to have a method in order to throw. But if the result isn't going to change, whether it's the type you're trying to get or it's an error, then you can store the necessary result in a closure because closures can throw.
Having the type alias makes it easy to see what we're dealing with and match up signatures. First, we define the type of the property itself. Then we use it again in initialize.
This nested enumeration called initialize is a pattern we've been using a lot lately. It consists of static functions which return the values of the properties you're initializing. Consider these functions to effectively be initializers for properties. In the future, I expect that properties will actually have their own initializers and we won't have to make up our own conventions for this kind of stuff. Check out the Prudent Properties video from episode 3 for more information on this pattern.
Cat only has one property, which is needs to be fed, the only thing a cat cares about. To initialize it, we're trying out the new Measurements API. If we can create a cat error using this time since last fed measurement, then we return a closure which throws that error. When the initializer for error returns nil, we return whether the cat actually needs to be fed.
Let's go over that initializer for cat error. There are 3 potential error cases. In the case where time since last fed is negative, then the cat's a time traveler.
According to cats, if they haven't been fed in over 2 hours, they will turn into skeletons. This is what our cats tell us will happen.
Unless, of course, it's been over 1,000 years, in which case the cat is actually a Sith.
Obviously, the dark side of the Force has been keeping it alive.
Let's run the test cases now.
Command U! Check it out. Garfield actually needs to be fed. He wants his lasagna.
Christopher Walken, on the other hand, from 1988's Puss in Boots, does not need to be fed because he just ate an ogre.
Orville Catcopter gives us an error. This cat hasn't eaten for 2 hours and has expired.
He's a skeleton now.
He's a skeleton now.
Close
Sort
enough.
of, yeah.
Darth Ted is a Sith from the long ago galaxy.
And Luke Bill is a time traveler. He's hanging out in a DeLorean driven by Clarence Clemens.